Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Moe studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. In studio with us, he's going to present to us some food.
John Graham is here. John Graham.
How you doing, John?
He's here.
Do you want your theme song? I wrote you a new theme song. Hold on. Brace yourself.
I'm frightened.
Brace yourself. You should be. This one's weird. Can I explain why this is a weird theme song, or should people just try and hear it? What do you think on this one?
Well,
I'm nodding to the. You're the voice of reason.
Daniel did tell me this morning.
I wrote you a new song.
He's like, AI did something it's never done before.
Yeah. I greeted him at the door like a child that broke a vase.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, daddy, or like you saw something you shouldn't have seen. I saw a dead body. You know, like it was something like, yeah. I saw something I shouldn't have seen.
Well, okay, I'll present it like this.
Yeah.
Daniel said, I'm writing John Graham a new intro.
Because Tom's like, hey, we got the tools. New is new. Let him eat cake, right? You got to work.
And then
Don't be lazy.
10 minutes later, he screamed, AI just said the N-word.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to hear this.
Yeah. Now, I will
was
preface
like,
and
what?
say, like, I write my songs. That's why people will talk to me and say, hey, your songs sound really good compared to other people. I'll tell you why. If you want to know the secret, I'm not doing anything. But write your own song. Don't let AI write the words. That's why they sound like AI. Write the song, and it'll sound like a song. That's the only tip you need to know, because you're not doing anything. And don't tell me you're doing anything, and don't tell me you're an artist, because you're not. You're not doing anything. So this, I just put in hip-hop. I wanted hardcore New York hip-hop. I wrote the lyrics of the song. They're basically radio-friendly. I didn't put anything in here that would do anything of this. And I'm going to play it. And, I mean, AI took over, and it made it, I mean, it went authentic. Here we go.
Is it candy? Yeah. Is it candy? Is it ham? Is it the fleshy blood-filled portion of a man? Is it savory? Is it sweet? Is it impossible a 3D printed meat? Whatever it is, let's welcome the man. It's What's in My Mouth with John Graham. What's in My Mouth with John Graham?
What? Okay.
Now, the intro.
I didn't do that. I didn't write that.
It just, AI
I didn't
just
write
said
that. I'll testify in front of Congress. I did not write that.
Can we?
I did not write that.
Listen, AI said it, not
It
us.
was just two,
Daniel didn't even write it.
It was just two digital black guys having a conversation in the vocal booth before they spit fire, okay? It was not me. It was two digital black guys talking in the vocal booth before they spit hot fire.
Digital black guys can say the N-word.
They can. They can. Did
That's
you know
a rule.
that?
That's a rule.
Did you know that? Hold on, let me check that. Can digital black guys say the N-word? Yep, that's true. It can happen. All right.
Yeah, that's what we learned.
This is the last time we have John on the show. So we're gonna wish him farewell.
Now John's like,
No,
whatever.
he's on TV now. You're on TV now.
Oh, yeah. I do the...
Talk about it.
Well, thanks to you guys. I took the same kind of concept we're doing here, and I've been doing it about once a month on the Daily Flash.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, I'll tell you what the Daily Flash doesn't have, and that's digital black guys. But I bet you they're trying to get some.
Now, I mean, of course, I know the Daily Flash, but why don't you explain to our listeners who may not know the Daily
Sure,
Flash?
it's a syndicated news talk show. It's around the country. It's based here in Orlando, and I think actually it would be. I always get all my winters confused. It's Winter Springs,
All right.
unless it's not. The one that's between Longwood and Oviedo. Is that
You
Winter
can
Springs?
say,
Yeah, it's Winter Springs.
You
Okay.
can say things you don't like about them to say the area. If you're like, the stinky place.
There's also Winter Garden.
Yeah. Winter Park.
Winter Park, too.
Yeah, I was gonna be. What's the one way like on the way to Tampa? Like it's just outside of Tampa.
What is it? When we have one like Jackass City or something out
Winter
there?
Haven. Winter Haven.
Winter Haven.
There's a Haven.
Yeah. All have nothing to do with winter.
Hot as hell. Hot. Very hot there.
All right, let's get into it, John. So what do you got
Well,
for
I got
us
you.
today?
I think we brought 5 things today. We'll start Christmas. There's one still in stores, and then we'll wrap up with Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
So
people still have their lights out. Have you seen that?
What do you mean?
Like it's a
yes.
lazy
Yeah.
takedown. It is a lazy takedown
Okay.
this year. I see trees still up. I see
They're
lights
just waiting
still
for
on.
sunshine or something.
No, I think everybody's like, if people freaking out. Like people are like, I don't want to live anymore, so I'm just gonna leave it up.
Christmas lights are nice. I'm gonna keep looking at them.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a Christmas lights thing that I saw someone on TikTok, which is not going to be around anymore. But
I'm still gonna log in using VPN.
yeah. I'm gonna figure out. You're gonna teach me how to do
No, but-
the VPN.
But you know what
from
makes me weird about it is I don't
different
use it
country.
now. I'm waiting until it goes away before I get on board.
I've got an account, but I've never really used it.
yeah. Wait until it goes away.
Isn't
Be like me.
Instagram just TikTok 2 weeks late?
No, you can't say that. You're a dumb old man if you say that. Don't ever say that.
It's just that they have a better algorithm,
Yeah.
which it's weird. Just do that. I mean, why?
How do you feel about
Facebook?
How do you feel about breastfeeding mothers?
I think it's probably a good idea.
I will tell you right now on Reels, that's all I get.
Oh,
So I must spend time looking at those. I wouldn't know. No free will.
Back to what we were talking about, which I have totally
You've forgotten. Yeah.
Let's get to it, John.
Yeah.
So you got a little tub of chocolatey stuff there right between you guys.
Oh,
You want to try that out, and then I'll tell
John
you what it
is
is.
crapped in a Rubbermaid.
I gotta confess.
Interesting that you would
it looks-
crap in a Rubbermaid bed.
It looks better in the original container, but I didn't want you to see what it was.
All right,
So,
all
yeah.
right, so I'll remove the crackers here. Are the crackers for
Yeah,
it?
I just didn't bring spoons. If you
No, you're
you can
fine.
You
You're
can either
fine.
stick your finger in and scoop it out, or
No,
I knew.
so-
I just,
So
yeah.
is
I
hold
don't
on,
know,
is
John.
this the help? Is this what's
No,
happening?
no.
Are you making me eat a doo-doo pie?
Listen, at this point, John, I trust you with my life. So I'll
Oh,
eat anything you bring me, but I will say
Yeah.
that when it's not in a package,
Yeah,
like
it
a store-bought package,
It's a little stranger.
Yeah,
You know, they do that at
Well,
schools. Yeah, do
give
that
it a
at
try,
schools.
and then I'll tell you what it is.
You know, in schools, you
Uh-huh.
can't even make a homemade treat anymore
Yeah.
for kids. Everything's got to be like, no, you can't make a homemade treat.
Yeah.
You might be baking
Comes from
nuts
the
and
store,
razor
won't have
blades in
cat hair
there.
in
You know,
it.
who knows?
not in Castleberry schools.
Oh, really?
yeah.
You guys can bring homemade treats?
Oh yeah.
God,
They-
all of our
I-
stuff has to be from Publix Bakery. I'm like, God, I want
No.
to make some homemade treats.
They start bringing in anything.
I like that.
The homemade,
God,
whatever.
You
they-
guys are like living in the village. Castleberry's like, you remember that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Castleberry's like the village. Like you go there, it's like Little House on the Prairie.
I thought it didn't make a difference. It does.
Don't say that. All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Get a cracker. Get a cracker.
Okay.
Get a cracker.
So this
Alright.
is chocolate peppermint, just so you're not caught off
Okay,
guard by
all right.
that.
Did
Let
you
me
get
know what you
that?
think.
Did you get that? I was channeling one of the digital black guys when I told you to get a cracker.
It's very light and whippy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
True,
I thought it was
true.
gonna be thicker.
Only a true insane person whisks their doo-doo.
Yeah. Now I will say, John, if you ever wanted to kill us,
Yeah, this is the way.
because
if
I'm gonna
any-
eat this.
If any listeners want to stop by with a Rubbermaid of their own feces with arsenic in it and give us crackers to eat it in front of you and we'll die in front of you, I'm down. I'm down to do it.
Yeah. So all right.
He's putting it off.
Chocolate.
Yeah, we really are.
Well,
We really
because
are.
as I'm saying these things,
Yeah.
I'm not paranoid, but I'm
trying
like,
to-
well, he could kill us.
I'm
I
trying
You go
to-
first, Tom. No,
I'm trying
you
to
go
smell
first,
the
Dan.
arsenic, and I am literally pushing this back like my daughter pushes back her bedtime. I am stretching the. Okay, I'm going. in.
Daniel made you a theme song with the N-word in it. It's not going to help your career. All right. Here
No
we
wait,
go.
that's mint.
Oh yeah, I said peppermint and chocolate. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, here we go.
That's delicious.
Oh good. Okay.
That's great. What is that?
All right.
That's really good.
I like a good peppermint
Yeah.
chocolate.
It's from Boar's Head. It is dessert hummus.
All right.
So it's got chickpeas in it or
Oh,
garbanzo beans,
That's
depending on
good.
what you
That's
like.
really good.
all right, I mean, that protein, that's like some Nutella.
Hey, dude, you wanna?
It's kind of. It also has kind of that cookie dough texture to it.
Yeah.
Hey, share that with Crystal, and she'll be like, "Oh, you're really thinking of the family."
yeah.
You know
Like
what
it-
I mean?
Yeah, I'm
good.
I'm
And that's
trying
at
to.
Publix. That's where I picked that up.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out ways to. My youngest son is a vegetarian, so I'm constantly telling like I'm like, you need to eat more protein. Like you're growing, you need protein, and like any way I can get protein in him, maybe I can trick him with
I mean,
something that
that-
tastes like chocolate.
That tastes like a Girl Scout cookie.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a,
Thin Mint.
You know, no, but you know what I am a fan of?
Snoop Froggy Frog?
You know, it does taste like a Scoop Froggy Frog. You know, a lot of people talk about the Thin Mint incessantly. And I'm just like, as a dentist, when I grew up, Thin Mints were great. But the original cookie was the grasshopper cookie from Keebler.
Okay.
The original mint chocolate cookie. If you want to be legit, if you want to be the real OG, it's a grasshopper cookie.
And that was before the
Yes, I
Thin
believe.
Mint.
I believe. Somebody can correct me on that, but I'll die on the grasshopper.
I'll tell you, I
hill.
don't remember the name brand, but Dollar Tree stores sometimes carry a pretty good fake Thin Mint cookie.
All right.
Dollar Tree stores also have a lot of homeless people that have dude their pay. Man,
Yeah.
when you work at a Dollar Tree, I think you just like you don't care anymore when homeless like are just doing their thing. You know?
No.
You know, occasionally you go to a Dunkin', there'll be a guy in there, and then the patrons are cool because, like, he's a cool homeless guy, and they're just like, yeah, he can come in and just lay his head down on the table. That's fine, you know? And I support that because they're humans, right? You got to be nice. But if you have crapped your pants, you need to leave. You need to leave the dollar store. You need to leave. You can't be walking around the dog leashes. I'm back there trying to get some cheap dog leashes, man. You got to get the hell out of here and get away from the balloons. And their helium is cut, too, at the dollar store. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh, no.
Their balloons only last for 3 hours.
yeah. Well, helium is expensive. And
What do they cut it with? How do you cut helium? How do you even do it? What do you just put one squirt in and blow with the rest?
yeah, you just put air in there.
Just let it more
whatever.
air.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
hey.
stepping on your bit.
All right.
That's delicious.
It helps me stretch this out and make it look like I actually have something impressive here.
Yeah.
I got two
that's
kinds
what
of
she
chips. Do you
said.
guys want to try the
That's what
Doritos
she
or
said.
the
Hold on.
Vlasic?
You missed a great. That's what she said.
Okay, so let's start with the dill pickle.
Sure, Vlasic
balls.
pickle balls. They're basically the same shape and size
This is
as
genius.
corn puffs.
This is
But
genius.
these are pickle balls.
Oh, I bet old people are buying these and taking them to. Oh, look what I got you! Oh, because we play pickleball. Yeah.
Now, yeah, you're right. With the
Oh,
popularity of
the dad
pickleball,
jokes?
yeah.
They're gonna sell 1 million of these just for dad jokes. They don't even have to taste good.
So
Who makes these?
Vlasic, other than Vlasic, I would assume they're the same people who are making cheese puffs, but I couldn't prove that.
I will say,
Because
Conagra.
Vlasic doesn't have other chips.
Conagra
They're mostly
brands.
pickles, you know.
Crystal likes pickle flavored chips and other stuff.
Andrea hates everything pickles.
And I got to tell you, I'm kind of put off by pickled flavor. Any other thing besides pickles, and even like the
Pickled
Triscuits,
shallots,
like they have dill
pickled onions, pickled red onion,
No, pickled stuff is fine. I'm just saying, like
artificial pickle flavoring.
artificial pickle flavoring.
Well, that would be this.
Yeah. No, yeah. I haven't eaten it
I
yet,
just had one.
but I love pickles.
You want to open? Oh no!
Okay,
These
yeah.
are open. These
Okay,
are open.
yeah,
Save
yeah.
those for John because he's
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah.
He'd probably leave
Oh,
a
you can
trail.
take them home to the.
Well, you can leave a
his wife.
trail. You
Yeah.
can leave a trail from the studio so other people can
Yeah,
find
yeah.
us and kill us with
These
their.
started off at Costco, and I found these at 7-Eleven. I think they're going wider now.
Yeah.
Every time you come in, I take all this garbage and feed it to my kids.
Yeah. They are the strongest boys. Fueled by pickle puffballs.
All right, here we go.
You're gonna hate it.
I was trying to help me place the green. It's like I want to say it's like Moon Man green, but I don't even know what that is really.
The green is a little off-putting. Kids will like it. I feel like.
It's kind of fluorescent looking.
Yeah, kids
but
will kind of like it.
These are good.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
that
like-
one wrong.
They
are nice and salty.
good with beer.
Yeah. Oh, these would be terrific with beer.
The artificial pickle flavoring they used is quality.
Tom
I was
approved.
like,
All right.
yeah. So sometimes it's a little dull.
Well, they went with a big pickle brand.
Yeah, yeah.
They went with the Vlasic.
Yeah, you're
Does
right.
anybody here remember Vlasic's what their claim to fame was? When I grew
Other than
up,
they had a stork.
when I grew up, I was not allowed to get the Vlasic pickles because they were very expensive pickles.
Oh, because they're refrigerated.
They were the refrigerated
Gotcha.
pickles. I had to get bunker. What is that? Something Hill. Something Hill pickles. Oh God, I thought my brain was working. Like something Hill, and the pickles they're yellow. They're like bright yellow pickles.
With the yellows, yeah. Yellow.
The brand is something Hill pickles. They're crap.
All right.
But my mom wouldn't let me get the Vlasics because they were cold, and I think they were like you'd go in the cold aisle to get them, and I want to say that the first time I got them out, I was like, oh, these are because I love dill pickles. I was like, I want these, and my mom was like, no, we're not getting those. They're $6 a jar.
What?
Like, and I think this was in like the late '80s. It's like $5 and some change for a jar of pickles. My mom slapped.
Refrigerated pickles are not cheap.
What
my mom
the
will
he-
slap them out of my hand. You know, that's a. What do you? Who do you think you are, Rockefeller?
What the hell is in the ingredients that makes it have to be refrigerated?
Well, my guess would be like if you eaten like just regular off the shelf that are not refrigerated pickles, and then have a fresh refrigerated pickle. The ones that are unrefrigerated have to be cooked more, so the texture is different.
Okay.
They're the refrigerated ones are crispier, fresher tasting.
Gotcha.
they haven't like you can still see the kind of the cucumber colors in them. The cooked ones tend to be just kind of like this green.
So they're a fresher pickle. Now, if you...
Oh, no, I got it wrong. It wasn't Hill. It's Mount Olive.
Oh,
Okay,
I know
yeah.
Mount
So,
Olive.
that's
so
brand new.
my mom would always make
I
me
love Mount Olive.
No. Those are the bright yellow fluorescent green pickles. They're the crap pickles. They're the shelf-stable hot pickles on the hot shelf.
So if you didn't refrigerate Vlasic pickles, would they just get soft or would they get bad?
I don't think they would get bad.
Like,
think
are they
a little-
shelf-stable?
They are,
Okay.
but I think a little bit of it is a little of the old shimmy dog ham. You know, the old salesman. Like,
Oh,
these
it's a
are better.
marketing thing?
I think it is a little bit, but also I believe what
Just
John's
fresh.
saying. The process. There's that yellow texture and the heating of the pickles. There's almost like a pasteurization process that they go through that I don't believe the Vlasic pickles do.
They're not as crunchy, the ones that sit on unrefrigerated.
Where's
hot pickles.
is it? What's her name? We had her in here, the pickle lady, the gourmet pickle lady from around. We got to get her back in here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get her in. She'll tell us.
But weirdly, next time you're at the refrigerated pickles, take a look at them. They almost never actually say pickles on them anymore because there's some legal definition of pickle
Ooh.
that a lot of the refrigerated ones don't make.
Like champagne.
Well, probably because they haven't fully gone through the pickling process. Because,
I
like,
just call them dill sticks. Or
But you can
something
flash
like that.
pickle things. I mean, Andrea, who is a complete and utter crazy human being, my wife, hates pickles with all, like, well, if you put a pickle on her tongue, she'll start projectile barfing. She's like, "Ah! Ah!" Like, it's out of control. Like, pickle juice on her. She has to get up immediately, run to the bathroom like a baby and wash her hands. All this kind of weird stuff. But if she cuts her own cucumbers and then uses sugar and vinegar with some salt and makes her own pickles because of a recipe and then puts it on a barbecue sandwich, suddenly they're the greatest tasting thing in the world. Now, you tell me how that makes any sense. It's the same ingredients. It's a cucumber, for Christ's sake. Is she in the chat room? She's going to yell at me.
yeah, but if it'll taste way more like a cucumber. Like, you'll get...
She hates cucumbers, but for
She
some
ain't- oh, okay.
but for some reason,
middle? Like,
it's almost like me and flying. It's like if I could fly the plane, I'd be fine on every flight. It's almost like she has to control the process or something. It's weird.
Yeah. She likes the middle of the process
Yeah.
between cucumber and total
Yes.
pickle.
Purgatory.
Purgatory pickle.
Purgatory pickle. You can use that, Casey, if you want to. But flash pickles are I know you like to
Those
cook.
are good, yeah.
They're really good, man. They get a good snap. I like the crunch of a more cucumber like pickle.
So,
Oh,
continuing...
she is in the chat room. You are weird, but I love you.
Continuing on with the chips.
Sure.
We've got Doritos Golden Sriracha next.
Okay,
Now,
look,
did you know? I didn't realize. I guess maybe in the back of my mind, I knew there are 3 colors of sriracha.
I did.
There's red, green, and yellow.
I did know this. You want to know why I know this? Because during the pandemic or slightly before, my wife made me go on a wild goose chase to try and find the elusive yellow sriracha. And they have it at Anhang. They have it right up the road here. Or not Anhang, Dong A. Dong A. I'm getting my... Asian
Dong Yong.
Can't say that. Well, actually, you can. Now you can. You're right. I was going to say you can't say that. You get a pass now. You're allowed. Right off the bat, I want to say that their packaging, this is great packaging.
Yeah. Now, I didn't
As a
know
man-
that there was other color srirachas.
Oh,
I didn't
dude,
know that.
Golden Sriracha to me is like a touch sweeter, not quite as hot.
It's like the least hot. So
it's good.
red, which is most of us know, is made with ripe jalapenos generally.
Okay.
The green one is made with green, unripe jalapenos, and then this one is a Thai pepper. Well, if you have the real sauce, it's a Thai pepper called a barappa.
All right.
Brapa,
So
They say it's somewhere between cayenne and habanero.
now, I will
How I
say
describe my my bed play.
it's weird they didn't go with traditional sriracha. Maybe they already have. Doritos already gone through that.
You know what? It doesn't matter if they did it. Everybody else has done it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, sriracha's kind of effed out, right? I think we can all agree that, like, even to my daughter, I said, you want some siracha? She's like, that does nothing. Like, it's like...
Oh, that's too bland for
Yeah,
her.
she's like, I don't even
God, my kids don't eat anything spicy.
She
Like,
douses her food in hot sauce, dude. It's disgusting. She's no, she's not gonna live long. I mean, she's already got an ulcer. She's not.
now she's tough as hell.
She
She'll
got
live the
an
longest.
She got an old man salesman ulcer.
Her great granddad's 101,
That's
whipping
true.
it crazy.
But this packaging, I love the packaging. I love the gold. As a man who currently wants a gold tooth, I want a gold tooth.
Oh, okay.
This packaging is calling my name.
So let's break that open and have one.
I do
So
love a
I found
Dorito.
these at 7-Eleven. I'm sure they're going to be going more places now.
I love Doritos. It is low key. Me and Maisie is one of our favorite treats. Is a bag of Doritos.
Golden Sriracha Doritos.
I think you get a very real taste of peppers off the top.
Yeah,
It's not just hot; it tastes like peppers. Yeah.
tastes like a green pepper almost. Yeah, that is an interesting taste. That's worth buying just to taste it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you
that's
get
a good one.
You get the peppers off the top, and then there's sugar, and there's a lot of garlic and onion.
That's one of the best ones you've brought in.
And then the vinegar kind of drifts through too.
That's one of the best ones you've brought in as far as them doing something different. That's different.
It's pretty amazing how they can dial in flavors and just infuse them into regular corn chips and it be pretty damn just like you described it. That's what it tastes like.
I was making something with Maisie the other day. It was like one of those meal kits, like Home Chef or Blue Apron or something, and it called for vinegar powder, and they had given us vinegar powder, and I'm like, oh, of course, this is what they use in potato chips, or this is what they use. And I tasted a little bit of it. I'm like, my God, it's amazing what you could just take this little powder, take a potato, sprinkle it on there, and it would taste like a salt and vinegar potato or something. It's crazy.
Not to deviate totally from the bit, but let me ask John.
Is this
and-
what you're like, guys? I gotta
Oh,
get
here we go.
something.
I
I
just
gotta
thought
get
of
something
something.
off my chest.
No.
Left turn.
I murdered a homeless guy this morning.
So Crystal, my wife, got concerned the other day because she saw Tommy walking with some other friends in 5th grade, and he's
Would they
the
give him a
shortest.
joint?
No, he's the shortest one. And then she started freaking out. She's
What do you
like,
think my mom did?
He's
She's like, God damn, where is he?
and she's like, do you think, she started freaking out, like, do you think it's because Tommy doesn't eat enough protein that is causing him? Okay, that's what I, all right, John. All right, good.
Hold on
That's
a second.
all I need to
That
say.
was a real answer.
Yeah.
That was a real answer from
Okay,
a real
well,
man.
that-
Hold on, let me put up a picture of a real man on your screen. That's a real man on your
Yeah,
screen
yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
Just don't tell her where I live.
This guy laughed right in her face. He's like,
Well, that's what I did. I do it all the time because it's absurd to even think that. It's a crazy. I'm like, of
Hold
course.
on.
Somebody's
I
got to
gotta
be
get-
the short one.
I gotta give John a
laugh.
blast for that. I gotta give John a blast for that. You made me tear up. That's so funny. Holy crap.
And then she gets mad at me. She's like, quit.
God, you guys worry too much. They're fine. They're wonderful. Leave them alone.
And I was like, if it was a thing that you didn't, and he eats plenty of protein. Like
He just went to the doctor, didn't he? The doctor would be like, oh my God.
Well,
help.
3 meals a day, he has some sort of protein. I cook him eggs every morning. But anyway, I was like, if that was a thing,
But you
that
are going to
would be-
bring all this food to them, right?
that
Because they
w-
need it.
that would be talked about by society, being like, oh, if he doesn't eat enough protein, he won't be taught. You know what I'm saying?
Now the
it
boys,
would be a thing.
The boys aren't like,
You
oh,
can do
great.
whatever.
John Graham's coming again to bring us our treats. You
No.
know, like, they don't need it. They're not expecting
They
it.
don't need
right?
nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's
funny.
pretty good. Now, again, though, with this Golden Sriracha Doritos,
Mm-hmm.
they just do these over and over for kind of a marketing promotion. I don't see this being a long-term item unless I wonder if
But you're not into this stuff, right? Like your
I mean, I'm
boys,
sure-
they don't notice things, right? So like, for instance, they're extensions of you. You don't notice things. Maisie's an extension of me. She noticed things. So for instance, the flaming hot, who's the dude? Jason, player for the Boston Celtics. I'm blanking on his name.
Jason Tatum?
Jason Tatum. They have a flaming hot barbecue Jason Tatum Ruffles. They're not going to see that and go like, ooh, I want to try that, right?
Tommy has been dabbling with flaming hot,
excellent.
like Doritos, hot. Like he likes
Excellent.
Takis.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
sure.
So the powdered,
Hot Cheetos and
spicy,
Takis.
hot,
Remember that song?
yeah. And which I'm sure is straight garbage.
Oh,
Like if
it's
anything, that's
trash.
that's cancer.
It's a treat. Oh, it is. It 100%
Aren't there
is.
like blue Takis?
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
They're good. Yeah.
You
I
know
like
what?
the blue doggies.
And that's another myth too that I want to talk about is I was drinking Diet Mountain Dew. Well, one of me and
Drinking,
Daniel's
I drink
favorite.
diet. I can't. You know, I've switched. You want to talk about the switch?
Okay, yeah.
I have my druther. If I had my druthers, and if I could pick, but it's harder to find. And I would like to throw this out. This would be the segment to throw this out there. I would like for this year, 2025, for you and I to switch to Mellow Yellow Zero. It has less caffeine, and it has less citric acid, which
Okay.
makes. I looked this up on ChatGPT, and I had it contrast because of our throat. And ChatGPT told me that we should try to switch to Mellow Yellow because it's smoother with less citric acid. It will be less damaging to our throats. And that's coming from the robots.
Okay, well, all right. I believe them.
Yeah.
I
know
believe
you
the
do.
digital black guy.
I know. Yeah. Digital black guys
I'll
don't
follow
lie.
him to hell. I was drinking Diet Mountain Dew in front of someone. And he's like, "Why you drink that S? That's cancer." And then I'm like, all right. I'm sure
I hate it when people do that.
And then I'm like, I don't think that.
yeah, I hate. You know what? Let me see what you do all day, and I'll find something that you do, and I'm like, stop picking your boogers or stop picking your ass.
But also, I think at this point in time, there's so much regulation, and these companies are afraid of getting sued, especially some class action lawsuit down the road. Like, you know how much Roundup had to pay? Like, oh, I'm sure damn near put them out of business.
I drank Roundup.
I'm like, if this gave the masses cancer, they'd have to. I mean, the PepsiCo company would have to deal with $1 billion lawsuit. Like, they're doing whatever.
The Mountain Dew one's gonna be a stinger because everybody drinks it.
Yeah, and then all of this stuff, everybody like poo-poos on all.
Why'd you go French?
I like
Because everybody had pills on everything.
I like to
John, what are the products we have to test today?
and I'm like, no way that
Sacre bleu!
I think it's the old dump truck full of artificial sweetener.
I believe
a
that for
day
everything.
would have to. Yeah. But I couldn't just be telling myself that. I don't know. What do you think, John? It's fine, right?
Yeah,
What
do
was
you
the
think?
starting question?
The starting
This stuff doesn't give
yeah.
you cancer, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, I would say not working for any of these companies. Yeah, I mean, they don't want to get sued.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, follow the money. The money, is negative if any of these products gave us
But
any
if they
chance
don't
of
know, they're giving us cancer, that is your outlook.
cancer. Yeah.
Back to you, John.
But imagine the boss. If I was the boss of Doritos, I'd be like,
Test it for cancer.
make sure none of this stuff gives us cancer. It's garbage.
Because I have a pretty awesome life, and I don't want to lose this awesome life I have. So you assholes better get in there and test it for cancer.
Or maybe I do the math and be like, by the time they find out it does give you cancer, I'll be retired.
Or maybe they know.
Golden parachute, huh?
Maybe they know. Maybe they're like, yeah, I know it has cancer, but by the time they figure it out, I'll be dead. The money will already be in my children's coffers.
I do think like that, so I imagine they do. Anyway, sorry, John. What's next?
Oh, well, okay, let's move into Valentine's Day. Here, hang on.
I love Valentine's Day. What are you doing for Valentine's Day?
Nothing right now.
Me neither. I'm not doing
Gotta
anything.
get a girlfriend. Here you go.
No, you don't, John. No, you don't. Pay for sex, man.
Yeah,
That's what I do.
Me and Daniel were
That would
talking
be a
about
thing to do
this.
on Valentine's Day.
Why not? Why not? It'd be the best
Not
thing
that
to
it'd be a thing to do other
It'd be the
times,
best
too,
thing to
but
do,
yeah.
so you don't have to cuddle or anything. You just be like, get the hell out of here.
All right, yes,
I want to
okay.
watch guys' grocery games.
Let's talk about this because there's no chance my wife will ever listen.
I know.
Your wife is listening.
She's in the chat room.
But she'll
my
agree
wife
with
also my wife also thinks that all the things I say are jokes.
yeah. That's how we really feel. We think like the digital black guy.
If you ever want to know how honest I am, listen to the show.
So I forgot.
Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day.
Oh yes, back to paying for sex. Me and Daniel were talking about that if we did ever get divorced, there's no way we get married again.
No, out of respect to my daughter. I think I can make a good case for this. Out of respect to Maisie and her mother, no one's ever going to be better than my wife. I love her so much. But if it fails, I would not hitch myself to a wagon ever again. I would be a single man the rest of my life. I've done the marriage thing. I know what it's like. I don't need to do it again. And I'll just start paying for sex.
And companionship is
Or I'll get a robot.
is overrated. Men want just the sex part. All the other them telling us what to do and
I can get companionship from from ChatGPT.
a dog.
Yeah.
Like, I
Gatsby's
get a
so
dog.
good.
Don't marry ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I get, like, so I'm not so lonely. I understand.
yeah.
Like, it's like a
I'll tell you right
Castaways-
now, if you could kiss your dog and it was okay, like if you could make out with your dog and stuff, like,
that's the
there'll be
one-
I'll say this, there'll be a lot more people making out with their dogs.
I mean, it's just it's there when you get home. It's happy to see you. That's all you need. And then, but the sex part, you could just pay for. We just need to get to a point in
You know
society.
what'd be awesome? You'll be really awesome when you come home, your dog's like, he's happy to see you, and your dog goes and sets up the sex for you. He's like, I'll make a couple calls.
There's a lot of massage parlors I've been noticing lately, and I'm like, they're all
You better get on that fast. They're
rub and tug, right?
Well, they're doing a lot of stings lately, so you better get on that and be careful.
I think they don't. I think we hear about the stings every 6 months, and the police just do them. So
Just
that
go to
they're-
the place that just got stung. That's what I do. That's what I do.
And Anyway, sorry, John. What do we got here? The
M&M's Valentine's Day. On that note, Valentine's Day M&M's. These are at least the third time that M&M's has tried to do a strawberry white chocolate thing.
Oh, okay. Artificial strawberry or
Yeah, artificial.
Yeah, see, artificial strawberry is a hard one. It's like artificial banana.
See, for me, these aren't bad. They're all red and shades of pink.
Okay.
But
That's what she said.
I'm not a big white chocolate person to begin with. If these tasted more like strawberries and less like white chocolate, I'd probably be more down with them.
Where's your rubber
Okay.
band?
All right.
I just sat on a chair. It'll be fine.
Oh, okay. You got it.
You know, it's strawberry. It's white chocolate. I mean,
It's a cute thing to give somebody on Valentine's Day, but there's a new M&M's flavor that came out over Christmas. This one is temporary, the strawberries and cream one.
Ooh, I do not like
But
that
there's
at
a new
all.
permanent one that's peanut butter and jelly. It's pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good.
All right.
It's you know how there's the M&M's that have the peanut butter inside of them instead of a peanut.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like
They
those.
do that, and then they put just anonymous jelly flavor in the chocolate. I don't know if it's cherry. I don't know if it's strawberry. I don't know if it's grape. It's just jelly flavor.
And it tastes like peanut butter
it's
jelly.
not. It's okay.
No,
It's
I-
better
I
than
don't.
this.
I don't like this at all. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of oh God, almost like a. They have these strawberry cream flavored Tums.
All right.
Yeah. You'd have to be an old salesman to know. Like,
It tastes like a Tums.
it tastes like Maalox. Does anybody remember Maalox?
Oh yeah, it's funny how you build those associations in your mind. Like for years, I couldn't eat anything wintergreen because that's the flavor of Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, you're a Pepto guy?
Well,
I can
no,
go toe
that's-
to
I
toe.
can't- these Pepto-Bismol will make me throw
I'm
up.
going to
'cause it
throw out
tastes
a
so
word
bad.
that I bet you John knows, but I bet you don't know. If you want to go old school tummy fixing medicines, you ready?
Ah.
Kaopectate. You remember Kaopectate?
All these things are just.
I think my dad was
Antacids?
I think Kaopectate it would coat your stomach to keep you from because of your ulcers.
That's
Yeah.
what Pepto's supposed to do too. But yeah, just my mom would give it to us. Like, can I have water now? Because I got to get this out of my mouth. She said, no, you just got to let it sit and simmer.
The best part about Pepto is you would take it and then you would lay in bed and it would taste horrible, and then you go to the bathroom and stick your tongue out and it's black.
It turns your tongue black.
Yeah. And then you're like, I'm a Sharpay.
Not the only thing it turns black. Yeah.
It does turn your weenie black.
Well, that could be a good thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No wonder John's always on that Pepto.
So we move on to the last one is Reese's has a Valentine's
Okay,
Day.
we'll leave one. We'll leave them closed.
This is Reese's Red Velvet. Reese's Red Velvet peanut butter cups. They started doing this thing where the top layer of the chocolate is something else. They've done it, and so this one again, it's okay. The weird thing is Red Velvet is just chocolate flavoring. But if you look at the cup, it's kind of a pinkish reddish on the top layer.
Yeah. Like
It took me a long time to realize that red velvet is not like a special flavored cake.
Yeah. Well, Red Velvet, when it was first created, the idea was there was buttermilk in the cake mix, and that would react with the cocoa and kind of give it like a reddish look. But now it's just chocolate cake with lots of red food coloring in it.
So it literally is just. I thought it was also a type of flavor as well.
They might put a little extra vanilla flavoring in it. They might put something in it to try and
Strong
make it taste a
vanilla,
little like
yeah.
buttermilk. But yeah, the thing I like about this though is kind of like how some people like regular Reese's, some people like the Easter eggs, some people like the Christmas trees.
Yeah, the pumpkin.
And because it's the same ingredients, it's still chocolate and that peanut butter stuff, but it changes the ratios. So for me, the thing I find kind of interesting about this is the peanut butter is very much forward because the top layer kind of brought down the chocolate a little bit.
I like that
Okay.
though. They came out with one a while ago that me and May liked that was peanut butter lovers. So it was like basically just a peanut butter cup lightly dipped in chocolate. And I like that because I like peanut butter.
Yeah, just mostly peanut butter.
Give me the peanut butter. You know, I like that the best.
Yeah,
That's
like-
good. That's really good.
Although I couldn't really tell the difference
No.
between this and a
Yeah,
regular.
it's
Well,
not,
just
it's not a
sugar
radical
blast.
difference.
Yeah.
And this comes in both the 2-cup packages and the bag of little miniatures. So you can get those too.
I would say that Reese cups, no matter how is it Reese's cups or Reese cups?
If you ask the company, it's Reese's. If you ask everybody else, they all say Reese's.
All right.
Or Reese.
Reese's.
The one who just say, it's Reese. No.
Yeah, I say Reese cup, but I gotta stop saying that. It's wrong. It's Reese's cups.
Well, like Reese's Pieces rhymes. Reese's Pieces doesn't rhyme.
I wonder the candy companies.
Yes.
Still thriving, right? Even with dietary changes and people being more health conscious.
Well,
I haven't heard of
diet.
anything like, oh, this candy company is having some rough times because society's changed. Like,
We
still,
eat good food, and then we, all the candy.
Yeah, it's because candy still seems to thrive. No matter even like I've never heard we've been broadcasting for a long time. You've been broadcasting for damn near 30 years.
You didn't need to say that.
And so we come across a lot of topics in the news, and I can't remember one time
I got one story.
A huge candy company hurting financially.
Not hurting. I remember when Farrah Pan got bought. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
They are always discontinuing things. Like speaking of Reese's, I really liked the Take 5. And I could never find those anymore.
Okay.
It's got pretzels in it, peanut butter and pretzels.
That was a good
candy
bar.
They've got the Fast Break, which has like marshmallow in it, and that's okay. But yeah, I really like the pretzel one. But you
Take
never find those
5,
anymore.
named after what jazz musician and songwriter?
I have no idea.
Dave Brubeck.
Dave Brubeck, yeah.
Dave Brubeck. He knew it.
It seems like every holiday has been infused with candies.
Sure.
Like obviously Halloween, but now Easter, Christmas. I mean, now like my kids expect like candies in their stockings and things.
Well,
that
teachers. Think about teachers. Like Maisie was like,
they give away candy everywhere.
yeah, Maisie gets like I think she gets like 3 or 4 pieces of candy a day. I'm like, wow. I was like,
bribery.
I was lucky if I got candy once a month when you know what I mean? Like it was a treat. It wasn't like just you answered a question right, like here's a lollipop. I'm like, really? I'd have been loaded in lollipops, dude.
And no one's like attacked candy of like, hey, you're having too much. It's always been this like,
no, that's a treat. That's a treat.
Yeah. So they've like come through all the different like diet themes of generations and like eat less sugar and candy.
You don't get into candy
came
ever,
out
dude.
unscathed.
You don't ever get like off in the medical marijuana and then the kids have some candy and you're like, uh-oh. If you did, what would be your jam?
I'll eat. Yeah, I get into the bag of candy. I'll eat a mini Snickers.
Is that what you like? What's your choice?
Twix.
Twix. That's a good one. What do you got?
Twix. Like I'm one of those people who never like Butterfingers. Don't
Okay,
like them.
I like Butterfingers, but you know what really gets me, and it's bad. Like take away the bag bad. Gummy bears.
Oh, really?
Especially anything from like Holobox.
Yeah.
You go to
Well, I
Holobox.
almost brought in some. There's gummy bears, but it's like almost a year old now. The package said new, so I bought it to come talk about it, and then I realized it's more like a year old. But gummy bears rolled in tahini.
Oh, I'll have to get those for my kid.
Yeah.
What I had, and I should have brought it in for you, but it's Target did a special gummy bear
Okay.
with hair bow. So it's the Target dog. It's like one of his head, one of his full body, one of his paw, and then it's just red and white in the package. And then the red one is like the Target, a basket, and then like a cart that you would push. And it's only raspberry and pineapple. It's good, but they're huge. They're like gigantic gummy bears.
Okay.
But it's cool. It was weird to see Target like team up with a massive candy company that I hadn't seen that before.
But don't forget, you can buy Shaquille O'Neal gummies now too.
Yeah, we like the Shaq
of his
gummies.
giant head.
Out of all the products you've brought, are they still over there? Maybe I moved them because people like we left them there when you brought them here.
Every guest was.
They
eating
love them, and they're like, "Oh wow, but they're huge.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
each gummy is like 170 calories or something. It's ridiculous."
So John, what's up with you next? As far as I know, you're doing some TV. What are your plans for?
I am
2025?
available.
All right, okay.
There you
I'll
go.
probably do a daily flash again before the month is out. But yeah, other than that, I'm just writing. We're on hold right now, but it's still writing for Edible Orlando magazine.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
And just looking for work. So if anybody needs what I can do, writer, video, even radio. But yeah.
There you go.
Would you do anything, John?
Because
I don't know.
like that.
Yeah.
What about a
What are you,
shopping
a cop?
cart? Make him ride down a hill? Like,
No. I'm just
If you're a police officer, you have to tell me.
do some stunts.
Yeah.
We're tasing him live on the show.
Yeah. I open myself. I'm like, hey, just send me an email and offer me a gig, and I'll determine whether I'll do it or not. I'll do that right now. Like if you say,
Yeah, I
hey,
would too,
I'll
think.
pay you this much to
Because I'm
do
not
this.
above or below I'll do anything
Yeah.
if the number's right.
I'll look at it and then tell you yes or no. It's easy. So just throw it out there. You never know. That guy on TV.com.
Yeah, that guy on TV.com. That's a website where I write about all kinds of stuff, pop culture and food. And actually, I forgot to mention, I did this a couple of times in November and December for the Orlando Sentinel. I wrote up an article for them about foods that are out there, new foods to try.
Oh, nice.
If you're a subscriber to OrlandoSentinel.com, just head there, and probably easiest thing to do is search my name, John Graham.
What's in my
the
mouth?
articles will come
Stone
up.
Age edition.
Did you write every word or ChatGPT?
No, I wrote it.
Oh, wow.
come
Old
on,
school?
And
Come on.
yeah, we didn't really discuss calling it "What's in My Mouth," so we went with "What did I just eat?" But yeah.
Because
Okay, that's good though. That's good. It's on brand. It's still it's closer than like new products with John Graham. Like I like that.
Daniel's been diving real deep into AI,
Yeah,
and
sure.
and every single day I'm more and more
Yeah.
looking at it like we'll use this for everything because it's free labor.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
You know how good free labor is?
Oh, man.
My God.
It's like here, make me something. Oh, that's so good.
And fast, like, unbelievable fast, fast and free.
And it doesn't take my money.
That's America.
It really is. Is there anything else we got to plug, buddy?
I think that's it.
We should probably get out of here.
Yep. Thanks, John. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. And we look forward to seeing you again in a month or so.
And we will see you tomorrow.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time.
All right. What do you got for us, Daniel?
Let's do an email. This is like a follow-up to something that I was actually having a ton of fun talking about. I think we mentioned it on A Corporate Time. I think it also crept into our BDM shows. And if you're not a BDM, you can sign up to be a BDM at tomanddan.com. Extra shows. Sometimes we dip our toe into stuff that, we still try to make everything funny, but we were talking about the concept of no free will, which is something that's been popping up on our algorithms, especially now that I've been saying it a lot. My phone is sending me all the Neil deGrasse Tyson I want currently. So this is from our buddy Ryan. He says, I was listening to the BDM show when you were talking about no free will. I listened to an interview on one of my science podcasts where they interviewed Robert Sapolsky, who spearheaded this debate that there is no free will. It's a pretty interesting interview. I'll post the link below if you guys are interested. One thing I wanted to highlight, which didn't come up directly in your discussion, is the role of external sources in our predetermined decisions. For example, imagine I'm driving and come across a pothole. While my actions may be pre-programmed, I still swerve to avoid it because of new information or data that I just received. Even if we accept the premise that there is no free will, we still constantly adjust based on external inputs. While we can't control our history or biological chemistry, we can influence the external data we expose ourselves to. The interview also touches on interesting other perspectives, treating criminals as individuals shaped by factors beyond their control, like sickness, rather than as people to demonize. It's worth a listen. Ryan.
Yeah, I got this email yesterday, too. And
It's a good email. Thank you for participating. Show at tomanddan.com if you got something you want to
I went to
tell us about.
the show that he's talking about.
Did you check it out?
I'm starting to listen to it. I just got there, and
Kind of hard to listen to stuff when you're always talking, right?
but it's and Ryan's correct, and I'm sure that the interview talks about and that's why it's a paradox. By saying no free will is kind of absurd.
Yeah, and we're also dumbing it down for the and I think
It's way more complicated
Ryan, I think
than-
you're picking up on this, but we like the comedic idea of
not having any control.
fat guy not being able to not eat the bag of chips. We love that because it's like the idea of him nothing, like as hard as he tries, he'll never. I don't know. There's something hilarious about that to me.
Yeah, and it does.
And it also puts me at ease. It's like nothing can be done.
It does align with my theory that it's so. I mean, your entire who you are being nature and nurture is what this is no free will basically is saying. It's just going a little step further, saying that nature and nurture, and because of your nature, you really think that you're making these decisions, but really it's kind of your brain has already made the decisions before your conscious brain has, you know what I'm saying? So it's like because of nature and nurture, but a lot of nature and then your genetics and the history. And so it's like,
I'm not a spiritual person, but there is some, I can trick myself into delivering to my own brain a sense of peace and calmness in thinking that everything that I'm about to do, the words coming out of my mouth right now, editing this show, our business together as friends, this whole thing, right, is already been it's predetermined. It's already been written in the stars. And I'm just literally, it's as if a movie is playing.
Yeah,
There is some relief to me in that.
And
it may not be real, and I know that I'm taking my imagination, and I'm like literally like there's a heaping helping of imagination on top of that, and I'm almost putting it on almost to a deity or almost to a something else, right? Who's writing the book? Who wrote the story? How did it even happen?
well,
But there is something that's very calming to me as a person that runs very like a neurotic, a nervous person or anxiety person. There is some true calm in that to me. Like, there's nothing you can do.
well, you mentioned deities, and I've seen a lot of people do this, and it's in God's hands. Like whatever this is, it's up to
A non-spiritual version of that is what I'm kind of
It's like
describing, because I don't really believe in I don't.
The deity is actually me, but it's a version of that where it's like whatever happens is like either it's in God's hands or it's no free will. It is what it is going to happen.
Right.
Like I can't, I don't have control over it. Although there's
Like,
some
this
things you
feels-
do have control over.
Well, this feels organized, right? Life, our job, your family, your sons, your wife, what you do, getting up, when you go to work out. All of that feels like you're in control of it, and it feels organized, right? There's a relief in my brain of thinking that all of this is random, and we are perceiving that this is in order, but this is nothing more than a snow globe just shook up, and this is what we got. We think it's in line. It's not. It just is what it is. There's relief to it's the snow in the globe is falling down, right? And you can't change it. And it's perceived order.
Life's a poker game, right?
Oh, I'd like to write that down.
No, it's like the there's skill involved.
Is this a liquor in the rear?
There's luck involved, and then the luck, you could be the best poker player in the world and play a tournament and be out
in the first round
before hundreds of other players that are nowhere close to as good as you. That's luck. Now, if you put 50 really good poker players in, the chances of them making it further along in the tournament than 50 amateurs is probably 80%. It's like way higher and that's what, even like speaking of Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about our human brains have a hard time understanding statistics. Because that wasn't an evolutionary trait that helped us survive. So it's like foreign to us. That's why we're so enamored with lotteries and stuff like that, and we think we could win because we have I can't even. And I'm saying this, I don't understand it. I'm not saying I understand it and no other people don't.
But you like the quest for it.
But I understand that.
But that's what you're talking
it.
about, right?
Yeah,
like the why we get enamored by it
is because, and we shouldn't. Because if we evolved to understand statistics, we'd never play the lottery. But we're like, oh, I could win. But our brains don't understand. but you can't. Because
I know.
That's the thing. We don't understand statistics, and we can't comprehend it.
I know.
All right, we will see you tomorrow. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan.
Our lawyer is sitting on the couch, Moe Dewitt. How you doing, Mo?
Good day, sir.
Injured on the go, just call Mo. Just call Mo.com if you get in a car accident, if you, really any injury. Small injuries, don't
bother. Call Bus Decker, though.
Like,
hey, is this worthy? Is this injury?
You can waste all of Bus Decker's time.
Yeah, Bus will tell you. He'll be like, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he'll be like, give me a Google review.
Yeah. I mean, how much does Bus Decker know about the law now, Mo?
Oh, he was a cop.
It's a lot, right?
He was a cop.
He was a cop.
He was a cop.
Yeah. Cop, now lawyer.
He's
He's basically the next Dan Nolan.
He is. Oh, my God. My daughter, I almost kicked her out of my house. She turned to me at breakfast a couple of days ago and goes, I memorized Dan Newland's number. And I was like, whoa, don't say that. Don't say that. Because he's always standing
Hold
on
the sponsorship bus.
He's always standing on top of the 18-wheeler. And he's like, these trucks are really dangerous. And my daughter's like, what's wrong with his head? I was like, it's Photoshopped. It's Photoshopped.
Enough.
Well, hold on. I have to say this. They do blast the saturation to make his eyes gleam like sapphires. My God, is his sapphire eyes.
So Daniel's got a question for you,
Yeah,
Mo.
I do.
And this is about his Tesla.
Okay. I didn't know which one you wanted me to start with, the
okay. Well,
listener question or my question. So my Tesla is currently in the shop. It will be out very, very soon. In not having a car, and because I like my car a lot, and I really do miss wrenching on a conventional style, combustion engine, or at least, the fact that you can do things to it. I have found a product that is aftermarket. It's made in Bulgaria.
Off to a good start.
It's a Tesla. It's called the Tesla knob. Actually, it's called the sexy knob, and I hate the name of it because it's so cringe. But I called it the Tesla knob because I don't like saying anything is sexy because it's like, who says that? Who the hell do I think I am? Brett Michaels? Am I, Brett Michaels?
It's a Bulgarian knob.
Yeah, I'm buying a Tesla Bulgarian knob, and so what I'm doing is I'm gonna have to take off on the on the passenger side, the L panel. I take it out. There's a OBD port there, and I'm going to be plugging this in. It's just a pass-through, but I am making a change to my particular car. Now, am I correct in that, is it the Magnus Moss Warranty Act? Is that right?
It's been a while since I took warranty
Will that
law.
protect me in any way? Like, am I allowed to do this? Or like,
I mean, you're probably allowed to do it, but it could void the warranty on your car.
You'd have to hide it.
What's the modification that you're making?
okay,
Can you
it's
say or no?
It's literally just like it's like a circuit board that allows you plug it into. It's just a pass through, so it's more like you're able to remotely activate things that your car can do. Right?
Okay.
It's not like you're adding anything really to the car. You're
Gotcha.
more like just adding like features that they don't currently offer.
Okay.
But you're not splicing anything, you're not cutting anything, you're not structurally changing the car. In fact, I guess I could take it out if I had service, but is just by doing that a dangerous or bad idea? Because brand new car, new-ish car, very nice car. I don't necessarily want to just unclip an OBD port, plug something in, and boom, I've killed my warranty.
I mean, if they, I would venture to guess if you looked at your actual warranty contract, it probably says if you modify the vehicle in any way or in certain ways that you're going to void the warranty. So I would guess this could possibly void the warranty if they found out about it. If you brought it in with service, they saw it there, they could certainly probably void your warranty for that.
And I think even after the fact, what worries me is that, like, even after the fact, they're going to have it's just like when something goes wrong here.
Right.
I go in, I pull the data, I throw it into ChatGPT to try and find the source code that it's throwing, the code it's throwing, right, to find out what the problem is.
Yep.
I don't want to... Andrea, but the bottom line is my wife will kill me if I do something stupid to a new car.
Well, I don't know if you'll agree with me, Mo.
But I do
will.
like doing
Because-
stupid things. But I like doing stupid things because what show are we on and who is my business partner?
All right, well, speaking of
And
that.
you would encourage me to do this because there's nothing more American and freedom than wrenching on your car and making it yours.
Yes, but I think like a greedy businessman, and I'll explain. If I was old Musk, I would have thought like the first thing I don't want to do is pay any warranties. Same thing if I'm an insurance head of a company or whatever. I don't want to pay nothing.
Yeah.
I will only want the money.
Right.
So then I will tell my engineers, hey, write some code so that if anybody plugs in anything to this computer and tries to modify anything,
You're done.
It saves an alert there. That way we know if anybody tries. So therefore we could void the warranty
you're
because I don't want to
also-
pay no money.
But you're also the type of guy that doesn't like it when you're not allowed to do what you want to do to the thing that you want to do it to.
Oh yeah, I only want what's good for me.
Okay, all right, all right.
On
Thank
either
you.
side,
Thank
like
you.
I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to screw the corporations
Gotcha.
or screw the customers of my corporation.
Let's check in with the chat room. We got our buddy SJ saying, in essence, you're modding the programming. I bet that's a no-no. Then you have my wife chiming in who says, I like how you bought the knob before you asked your attorney the question.
yeah.
Don't you have any work to do?
What I know about insurance.
Not you, boss. My wife. Sorry, my wife. My wife, Andrea.
So
I love you.
Listen up here when it comes to warranties. And there was a warranty that actually I one time used. I was super surprised.
Oh, is this
but-
when we scammed the Volvo warranty?
Don't talk
Quit
about it.
admitting to
It
crimes
wasn't a
on air.
scam.
How many times have I told you guys? Stop admitting to crimes
I thought
on the
that was
air.
a scam.
Oh, it's
No, hold on
all
a
under the
second.
art
No,
umbrella.
hold on a
Do you
second.
know about the art umbrella?
Hold on a second. Under this art umbrella, didn't I call I thought I called a mechanic buddy of mine who vouched for your transmission in some way that got you a new one.
here's the thing about warranties. If they
He's just
offer
gonna
you
right past my comment.
if they offer you a warranty, it's in their best interest. That's it.
Gotcha.
And then
So it's like when the dealer says you want insurance on 21.
yes, exactly. It's a casino.
take it.
It's a casino. It's whatever boost they offer you on Hard Rock Sportsbook. Like, check out this boost. Guess what? It's bad odds for you, the consumer. Good odds for them. That's why they're advertising it. They're trying to steal your money.
You know, I've noticed that. Have you guys seen the commercials, especially during sports, that Jamie Foxx talking about the new second chance program they have for betting? They missed a good opportunity to use his real life as a second chance, right?
It's true. It might
Every
be a
time
little
I see
dark,
the
but-
commercial, he could have been like, "I almost died, second chance."
Mo, let's get back to the basics for a second.
Back to the base.
Oh, what does that mean? What are we making fires with sticks? What is that? I don't know what you mean.
I got a fire question later, but
course you
so the
Is this about your son's jacket you caught on fire?
I was down in
Got a lot of hate mail about that one.
I was down in Miami recently.
I was there yesterday.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
I bet he wasn't doing what you're doing. You're dancing with 305 Santa Claus. He's enjoying a resort of some sort on a beach.
Oh no, I was
Flying a
in
plane.
Hell's waiting room, the Miami passport office.
Oh my
Didn't they-
God! I apologize.
Didn't they open one in Central Florida? I thought they heard
but
that.
they burned it to the ground.
Yeah, basically.
I thought that everybody was like, "Oh, you don't have to go down to Miami anymore. There's a passport office open somewhere in Central Florida now."
We always
And
get
it
ours
was-
like FedExed or whatever.
It was always in Miami, and there was one more.
They
location.
opened one here, but for what I needed, I still had to go to Miami.
Nah.
Yeah,
It's
lovely little outing.
yeah. When you got a bigger one, you get a bigger passport.
And a buddy was telling me about how no one has insurance down there as far as driving insurance, right? I mean, no one is a stretch. I think he put the odds
1%.
at 51% of the population, a little over half. And then he was like, so I constantly, he's like, I'm worried about getting an accident. I'll be screwed if I get an accident. And then I was like, well, hold on. I thought, and this is how stupid I am as an adult living in Florida, that I don't know this 100%. That's why I'm even bringing it up, because I had to research this because I wasn't really sure, but I was like, I thought that your insurance covers yourself if you get in an accident, and if it's a uninsured motorist's fault, that your insurance will end up picking it up. You're not screwed.
I thought that
essentially.
as well.
Well, it depends on the insurance that you have. If you have uninsured motorist coverage and somebody hits you and hurts you, then that uninsured motorist coverage steps into the shoes of the at-fault driver. For property damage, if you have full coverage, then it may help cover if because let me back up. The bare minimum to be on the road is $10,000 in property damage and $10,000 in PIP, which is just your no-fault benefits. You don't have to have anything else. So somebody can smash into your car, cause more than $10,000 in insurance property damage, and then your insurance would step in, assuming that you have full coverage there. But they don't have to have any bodily injury coverage, so they can hit you and hurt you, not have any coverage for that. That's where your uninsured motorist coverage steps in.
Gotcha. So if you don't have uninsured motorists, then you
Right.
can be screwed if someone hits you, especially if you're hurt.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this, but BDM stands for Bare Damn Minimum. For most of our listeners, where they just cover what they need, and it's a dangerous drive out there.
Well, here's the thing. I asked, I asked Blanchard. I'm like, "What's the cheapest?"
Oh my God! When I met my wife, like her dad is an insurance. Well, he was. He's retired now. He's an insurance guy, and I remember he asked me what type of insurance I had when I went to meet him. Like, hey, I want to date your daughter type deal. And I literally had like, it was just like, oh, it's an obligation. Just give me the
general.
Yeah, give me the number one. I don't even know what it was.
Small.
But he was like, oh my God, did you know that you're driving and like if you hit somebody, the entire family's dead? It was like I had the worst thing. He was like, it was a shameful policy I had. Do you want me to do this question from a listener?
I saw this question on the BDM page. Now, Mo is on our BDM page and will pop in, and did actually pop in on this question. And
then we don't need to ask it.
no, but this, I'm sure a lot of people
I'm joking.
have dealt with some sort of issue like this, and I'm curious.
My wife might be dealing with this right now. My mentally incapacitated uncle, dementia in a long-term facility. The uncle's wife died unexpectedly. He has no living children, just 3 sisters, my mom being one. His wife's sister and her 2 sons are now occupying his waterfront estate. And then in parentheses, mind you, he's not dead, and the property's appraiser's website lists his trust as the owner of the property. We have no idea who the power of attorney is now for my uncle or how to find out. We are afraid that the wife's sister might destroy any document she finds and try to claim my uncle's property. Can my mom put a lock on the house when the squatters aren't there? Help. There you go.
Now, just before we start,
This sounds like a lot of fun.
The act of destroying documents.
I've always wanted, I've done this. Well, no, I take that back.
It's-
I've never destroyed documents, but I did destroy DAT tapes that could have been used in a deposition in a lawsuit against Real Radio.
It's just one of my favorite, like shredding documents
Yeah.
or burning them.
No, I pulled tape out.
In a panic.
I was pulling tape out. Does that count?
Well, it seems pointless in 2025 because
Burn the boats. You got to burn the boats.
it seems like everything is backed up on some hard drive where
probably,
like
yep.
destroying like
Yeah.
your will or your trust.
Just
is
like my car. I can't do anything to it. There's a backup.
Yeah, it's backed up somewhere.
You smash your phone with a hammer. It's still all on the cloud.
Yeah. So,
But I still want to do that for some reason. You know, I had a
Makes you
couple
feel
just
better.
last weekend. I found a couple old computers. I beat them with a hammer. I was like, that'll get it.
so what do you think, Mo?
I mean, in this case, they said the trust owns the home. So, whoever is the trustee of that trust, and you should be able to find the trust based on whatever attorney drafted it. They should probably have a copy. Hopefully you can find a copy of it. But whoever is the trustee of that trust controls the home. And so they could evict people on behalf of that trust. They have control over it. So presumably it's probably the wife or whoever was made the trustee. But you do have to find that out.
And if the wife was the head of the trust, whoever made the trust has like stipulations. If you die, who
Right,
then
exactly.
takes it over?
Or if you're incapacitated, those are. I'm making some assumptions here, but
Yeah.
typically those are kind of standard provisions in a trust that if you're incapacitated or if you're no longer living, then either something's going to happen essentially.
Secret bucket list item. I've always wanted to use my powers of charm to get an elderly person to sign something to me. Anything. It could be something small, something, a bag of candy, like what, but just, I want them to not really have an idea of what's happening. And I just want to use the tone of my voice and the kind words coming out of my mouth. I think I can convince an old person with just charm.
to leave
give
you,
me something.
to
Like,
leave
give me
you
the-
something.
Yeah, give me your necklace, old lady. And then, like, I think I could talk to her in a sweet way using things. Oh, I like Raoul Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy from Company B. She's like, oh, I was singing in the day. And then she's like, oh, why don't you sign right here? Oh, yeah, why don't you sign an autograph for me? Katharine Hepburn. I'm throwing all these things. And then she signed. Oh, yes.
Yeah, but then the family comes in and like,
I'll give it back. I just want to see if I can do it.
Oh, okay.
I'll give it back.
You
Just
won't
a-
get-
just
you
an
won't give it back.
accomplishment.
Yeah, it's literally just it's just a C. It's
Hard
just
to give things back. I've already spent the money in my mind.
I did have a case one time where this guy was driving an elderly person to go change their estate plan to benefit him.
Yes.
And on the way to the lawyer's office, the person died in his car.
Oh man!
I didn't mean to scream. I'm sorry, but that's awesome. That's like, oh my God, that's the law offices of Thomas Van.
It reminds me of that Batman meme where he's yelling at whatever his girlfriend is, and he's like, "Hold on!" and she's like, and then he's jumping through the waterfall. You're screaming at your grandpa, "Don't die yet! You haven't signed everything over to me."
What do you do at that point?
Oh,
Do you turn around? Do you turn around and go back, or do you go to the office?
He's still warm.
Yeah. I don't know what you do. You go right to the hospital.
You do what like gang members do. Is you kick them out on the emergency room.
I've always wanted to do that too. That's on my bucket list as well.
You drive away.
I've always wanted to, but no, it's me in the back. There's two people in the front, and for some reason, we're like in a Buick LeSabre, and we pull up fast, and the back seat opens up, and you roll them out of the back seat with a couple of gunshot wounds.
Going back to the basics, Mo, I see this question a lot on the Medium page, and every time I see it, I want to comment, just move on. It's not worth the trouble. When they talk about wrongful terminations.
Oh, yeah. I've seen a few of those lately.
Yeah. And
A
for
lot
whatever.
of people getting fired.
For
We
what-
get a lot of losers that listen to this show. I don't know if you know that.
You know what's funny?
A lot of bad hombres.
Is I will accept any reason, even if the reason is I hate white people, as the reason that they're firing me. In fact, the I hate white people reason seems like a
What, you would
like
be
that's
like-
a high good reason to fire me.
Are you like, well,
No,
it's a
like-
good thing you fired me because I'm white. Is that how you feel?
No. I'm just saying, like I work for someone and then they fire me. I'm just like, well, that's their, They
Yeah,
fired me.
It's a right to work state, right?
They fired me for whatever reason, that I just move
Can
on.
I fire Tom for being white?
That's probably racial discrimination.
Yeah.
So-
But what
Well,
I'm-
only if he brings it up, though, right? If he's cool with, like, he's like, well, I understand that you don't like white people, and I'll pack up my things. Like, if that happens, then you're good to go.
no, you need it in writing. Mo knows. You have to have everything.
It's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
Yeah. And that's the thing with all these, like, if you do have a shot at any wrongful termination, you need a mountain of evidence, right?
You need an amount of evidence, and typically, like you said, Florida's a right-to-work state, so unless it's a discriminatory practice where they're discriminating against you in your protected class, that's usually the only time you can bring some sort of case like that. Like if they fire you if you're pregnant, that's a protected class. Of course, there's still, wage and hour violations if they don't pay you, if they didn't pay you the right wages. There are still types of cases, but when people say wrongful termination, basically they fired me and I don't like the reason why, or I don't think it was justified, that's typically not a case.
What do we have? If ladies have pregnancy, what do we have? Gout? What do men have? What do we have if
I don't
we're like,
think
you can't
gout's-
fire me, I have gout? Like, what do we have?
We got a lot of butt issues.
Butt. Write that down.
Yeah,
Butt.
yeah.
Hemorrhoids.
Yeah,
Roids,
yeah.
fissures.
Yeah. And then there's prostate problems.
That's
it's
it.
inflamed.
Oh, I can't even sit down. I'm like
it's
a
all
baboon.
inflamed. Let's end with this, Mo, because everybody sees the devastation of the California fires, and it's crazy and horrible what's happening over there. But
That's not what you said this morning.
I have
Silently making,
Well, I'm just
making a lot of
saying.
off-color. You're making a lot of, like,
So
honka burning love jokes and stuff.
But I have seen a lot of stories recently about, because everybody, when tragedies happen like this, everybody wants to assign blame and look for the reason, and like, why did this
I blame
happen?
old Gavin Newscum.
And so I saw the story
I don't even know
about
who that is, by the way. Like,
how the LA fire departments were severely underfunded, or like one of the most underfunded fire departments in the United States, and like then there was a bunch of
they were
stories about
using garden hoses
about,
on the trucks. I saw it. No, that's misinformation. I shouldn't say that.
about like some of the other mishandlings of public officials and stuff. So is there, and do you see any possibility of some class action lawsuit against the California government in the future if all these residents banded together or whatever and saying like, hey, you were negligent in providing fire protection because of these.
As a state?
As a state, I know it's hard to sue a state and
You
sue
have
the
a
government.
big turd fly flatter.
I saw it. Why
It's
even
gigantic.
Why just ignore it? When we
I
have
can't. Look how big it
Moe's
is.
Here.
Look how big the turd fly is. That is like a
Poo-poo flies
grade
in
A.
here.
That is a grade A blue-eyed horsefly. Like that. I feel like
boy.
I feel like I'm out in Ocala on a horse ranch right now.
So
And this is the studio I sponsor.
I know.
Unbelievable.
I know.
Well,
We
it's
gotta
not our
step it
fault.
up. I gotta put some roach traps out here. Or something. I gotta
It's not
clean
roaches.
I gotta clean this place
It's
up.
flies.
This place is a dump.
so what do you think, Mo?
Well, I mean, the government makes the laws, so typically it's difficult to sue the government, and they may pass some laws to protect themselves if they need to. I'm not familiar with California law. I'm not a California attorney, but
Yeah.
usually, they have sovereign immunity, so they're going to limit the amount that you can sue them for, if you can even sue them at all. Now, I mean, there was the case of the Malibu fires, and that was a little different, where the power company started those fires, and so there's been kind of a class action lawsuit against the power company out there for all the damage that was caused. But when you're dealing with the government and their response to things like that, at least in Florida, it's very, very difficult to sue them. It may be impossible to sue them, but again, it's going to depend on California law.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It sounds like it probably ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, that would be my
Yeah,
guess.
it sounds like a bit of an SOL scenario, which is what makes it so terrifyingly sad.
Yeah.
Especially the people. I saw Josh Wolf, the famous comedian. I know him and love him. He's come in here a bunch of times. And he was making some pretty good points about people's attitude is so cavalier when it comes to this stuff. When you do see celebrities and people that you knew have a lot, you think, oh well, you're able to rebuild. Who cares if your house burns down? But you're not thinking about the memories and the pictures and the your entire life's works in some ways being destroyed. I mean, it's even though you have money and you'll be okay. I mean, yeah, everybody's gonna be okay, but it's not about that. It's bigger than that.
I saw David Spade on TikTok, which they're taking our TikTok, Mo.
Yeah. Should we end on that?
We were talking about it, earlier this week, and it just seems like it's all a matter of the U.S. government doesn't want a social media platform that's Chinese owned of like influencing so many Americans, and they're afraid of that, right?
That's what
really
it seems like. I mean, it seems like there's something going on behind the scenes that we don't really know about because they really haven't disclosed what the actual reason or the actual concern is, besides sort of security, quote unquote, or tracking us or whatever it may be. So it seems like there's something more going on there. We'll see what happens to it. I mean, I find it hard to believe that it will actually disappear, but maybe it will.
Because there's too much money involved.
See, I think it
there.
has to. I'm with you, but I'd go a step further. It's an illusion. It will disappear, but it's with full intentions of it coming back.
Yeah,
I think it
American owned.
Yeah, but I think it has to go away in order to have somebody play hero. It's going to be politicized in some way, and whoever saves it is going to use that fuel to make to make their image look good.
That's a democracy is
That's why
politicians need votes.
I honestly thought just with all the hubbub of conservatives, being messages being censored or held down, that it would make sense for me to see it go away and then have Trump save it as a way to look good. I mean, that makes sense to me. So that would be my guess. But there's a competitor that they're adding, Red something. I'm trying to find it.
Red Note. So that's
Red
the
Note.
Chinese version.
Yeah, you can get on Red Note now.
Which is apparently a pretty interesting place right now because the entire app's in Mandarin. So you have to convert the language to English. But then all these people in China are now seeing all these Americans come on. And so it's like they're accepting all these refugees from TikTok and trying to teach the Americans how to use this Red Note thing.
It's like a reverse Ellis Island. Yeah. What's your Chinese name going to be?
I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
You get to pick a Chinese. Oh my God, I've always wanted to do that. We're coming over on the boat, but it's a digital boat, and I get to pick a Chinese name.
Yeah, but
I know my name. I am some young boy. I've always wanted to be some young boy ever since the 90s when I saw the poster at Spencer's. I can't say the first part. First name I can't say, but my last name is some young boy.
I've always wanted a pee Coke just to see.
Welcome back
just to see
our new TikTok channel. It's some young boy in pee Coke.
Maybe it's good. I don't know. I'm sorry, Mo.
It's the last time Mo's going to be on the show.
Please keep sponsoring us. If you're injured on the go, just call Mo.
Yes, sir.
How was that chicken parm you just had today?
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh, that sounds bad to me. I don't know. That sounds like a little bit of shade. The fly's back.
Busdecker invited us to go eat chicken parm with you, but I'm
said,
like,
absolutely not. I hate that.
But I was like, Busdecker, we have work to do. It's
I can't
the middle of
broadcast after
order.
chicken parm. It's so tired.
I mean, I may take a nap on your couch if
so
that's
fat
okay.
and tired. Like, I'm trying to be exciting and make some jokes. All I want to do is like just lay down. So good to see you guys though, and happy New Year, guys.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon, and we'll be right back with more corporate time.